Hello, Upwork community. My name is Chris Meek. I wanted to introduce myself. I am a full stack web developer. I am new to Upwork, but I have been freelancing for the last 12 years, mostly from word of mouth projects. If you'd like to go to my website, the URL is chrismeek.me. I wanted to show you some of the projects that I've worked on in the past. Of course, if you'd like to see more examples, please let me know. This is just 5 or 6 of the projects I've worked on. I have experience in developing user interfaces, coding, PHP, MySQL, JavaScript. I also dabble a little bit in Python and Java. Um, I've also been involved in several projects that involve quite a bit of automation. Um, Probably my longest and oldest project that I've worked on, I worked on this for several years, was for the state of Minnesota for their Office of Combative Sports. They needed a solution that could handle the submission, processing, and issuing their licenses for their combatants. And they wanted me to build a system from the ground up. So I worked on that for several years. And there were quite a few custom solutions within that project that I had to work on. There were drip emails that had to set up a system for. Um, there was a PHP to PDF solution that I had to create so they could actually print the licenses off. Um, so that was a good project, and I really enjoyed working on that. Probably my next biggest project was a more recent one. This is called My RE App. Basically, what it is, it's an entire marketing system for uh, real estate agents. So basically, a real estate agent would purchase an app, and then this app it's published into the Google Play Store. And the company that does this, they do quite a lot of app search optimization to make sure their apps are ranked high in the search results. Um, After the app gets accepted into the search results and it starts getting downloads, what happens is the search activity is available in real time to the real estate agent. And so I built this entire system from scratch. Not only this website that you see right now, but also the apps, as well as the admin panel where you can actually see the user activity in real time. So here's some screenshots. So basically, real estate agent can log in and they can view downloads of the app, which listings they're looking at, and here's a little control panel to manage users, and they can actually chat with the real person who's searching the real estate listings in real time. So this was another project that occupied about a year and a half of work from start to finish. Um, Another project that I've worked on is it's called NeoWord, and this was for a friend who's actually was living in China at the time, and it's basically Urban Dictionary for Chinese slang. So registered users, they could log in and submit a word or a phrase, and then also the definitions. And these phrases and definitions were reviewed by other users, and then either approved or deleted according to what they thought, if it was an actual slang or just made up. And another project I worked on was called Healthy in China. This is a complete e-commerce website that I built for a customer. I also had to produce an API as well. Their supplier had over 30,000 products, and I had to create a system that interacted with their API and to keep the images up to date. There were more than 100,000 images and over 1 million user reviews. So these are things that I had to automate to make sure everything was up to date, and the newest comments or the newest reviews always showed up on the website. Another website I worked on was another website based in China. It's called Nanjing Bakery. This was owned by or still is by a American family, and it's a full e-commerce website. Basically, it's catered towards foreigners living in China, and so people can submit an order and schedule delivery, things like that. And, so far as users, it doesn't really have that many, a few thousand. But it's a fully operational e-commerce website. Another project I've worked on was it's a real estate website hosting company. It's called LeadRaid, and they built websites for real estate agents. And so in the process of working with them, I developed about 20 websites, and I also developed the back end, the content management system, so that real estate agents could log in and change the content on their website, or add a drip email marketing campaign, manage users, download leads, and so that was another big project I worked on for about 4 years, and built that from the ground up as well. One of my first projects was a project called Earth Exchange, and this was for a client that basically wanted to set up kind of a Craigslist website for the exchange of dirt or earth. And this was a big project because we had to create a posting board essentially for each county in the United States, so over 3,000. And so we used a lot of automation on that project to get that done. And now that project was kind of my foot in the door for automation. We had to scrape stuff from online, and we had to do a lot of automation with the database as well. There's other projects I've kind of just tickle my brain. I'm getting into Arduino. I'll just go through this quickly just because it doesn't necessarily have to do with web development. But I'm tinkering with Arduino right now. This is an array of cell phone vibrators, and if you are interested in learning more about that and why I'm doing that, you can read this. I'm also experimenting with drone and computer vision, so that's been a fun project, and I recently just built my first CNC machine. But I'm always, this is kind of my hobby, and so if you're also interested in that, I'm extremely interested in just having someone to chat back and forth about these hobbies as well. So if you'd like to learn more about some of the projects I've worked on, please drop me a line, and I'm interested in working with you.